everyone, welcome to my channel and today's topic about polynomial. This is the topic from the NCERT book class 9 chapter number 2. So let's see what is the meaning of the poly and what is the meaning of nomial. So poly means many, nomial means terms. So many terms means polynomial. Here few words यहाँ पे मैंने लिखे हैं. Let's see what is the meaning of those words. So first let's we write the one expression 2x square plus x minus 5. Okay. So what is the meaning of the variable? Variable means the letters we use in a polynomial. Okay. So variable means which has not a particular value. The value vary in a different questions. Okay. So in this question maybe x value is a something, another question x will take the other value. Okay, that is the variable. Okay, what does mean the terms? Terms can be separated by plus or minus sign. So in this polynomial we have a 3 terms. This is the first, second and third terms. So terms can be separated by the plus and minus sign. Okay. Okay, now coefficient. Coefficient means what? Coefficient matlab means the number which right front of the variable. The letter, whatever the, in a polynomial, whatever the letter we have, front of that letter, whatever number we call the coefficient. So here, this 2 is a coefficient. This variable x has no any number front of that, so we consider as a 1 which is a invisible. So that second term has a coefficient is a 1 and this one we call the constant term. Okay, so when term has a no any letter at the end and only number, that we call the constant term. Okay, and when any expression, any polynomial, like if I write the 5 or a 7 or minus 11. So these are the only numbers that still we call the polynomial, but this polynomial has a particular name that we call the constant polynomial. Why we call it constant polynomial, that we will see later in the same video. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. So here we see about the polynomial, right? So let's we write one more polynomial here. 4x to the power of 3 x cube minus 2x square plus x plus 7. So this is the one polynomial which has a how many terms? 4 terms. Which has a x is a variable. And here first term has a 4 is a coefficient, x square has a 2 coefficient, this x has a no coefficient means we consider as a 1 which is a invisible, and the last term which is a constant term because it has a no any variable. Okay, polynomial, it is types of a polynomial. Okay, different types we separate the polynomial. And what are these? The different polynomial we call the terms. According to the terms we separated the polynomial, variable according to, and degrees. Okay, maybe degree is a new word for you, we will see later. Okay, so don't worry about that new word. So first of all, yeah, in today's video we have a lots of new words, right? So don't worry, we will repeat those words and you will understand. Okay, so यहाँ पर first according to the terms. According to the terms, if any polynomial has a 1 terms only, let's say 4x, or if we could says the 5y square. So only 1 term if polynomial has, then it has a particular name and that we call the monomials. Mono means 1 and meals means terms, 1 term. Okay, that we call the monomial. Okay, binomial, if any polynomial has a 2 terms like x plus 1 or x square plus x. Okay, any 2 term, if polynomial has a 2 term then we call the binomial. Okay, and trinomial. Of course, now you understand tri means 3, mial means term. So if it has a 3 terms, let's say 4y plus y square minus y cube, that is the trinomial. Or if I says the x square plus y plus 5, that is also trinomial. Doesn't matter how many variables, same variable or different variable, power it has or not, doesn't matter. Matter is a number of the terms in a according to the term. When we separated the polynomial according to the terms, we just count the number of terms. Okay, so I hope you understand this one. यहाँ तक आपको समझ आ गया होगा. अगर any question comment me in below. And चलिए फिर मूव करते हैं according to the variable. According to the variable, if we separate the polynomial, then let's see first if only one variable, like let's say here x only, or I could say the 5y, or I could say the 4n. Only one term. Doesn't matter it has a coefficient or not. That not a matter. Matter is a variable. How many different letter you using. Even I could say the x plus 5. Here terms doesn't matter. Matter is a how many different variable you using. Okay, here I could say minus 5, minus 1, or even I could say the n square. Okay, means power. Power means degree. That I am going to explain later. But here try to understand. If number of terms, that not matter. Matter is only variable. If it is only one variable in a polynomial, then that polynomial we call the polynomial in a one variable. In any polynomial, let's say x plus y, or 4x square plus n, or xy plus 1. Okay, still here in a one term two different variable. So that is also called the polynomial in a two term. In a two variable. Okay, let's see polynomial in a three variable. So if I says the 2x plus y plus n, so three different letter we use. That's why we call the polynomial in a three variable. Even I could write like this: x, y, z plus 5. Okay, or we could say the x square plus y plus n cube. That is also polynomial in a three variable. So just when we talking about the variable, we counting how many different letters we use in that polynomial. That is the matter. Okay, so let's move for the degree. Okay, degree first. Let's we understand the word of the degree. What does mean the degree? So let's we go back here first. Here, when we using this power in the expression, no power means here it is a 1, right? And last term, which is a constant term, if it has a no any variable, and if you want to add variable, you can add it, but with the power 0. When any variable has a power 0, or even any letters, if I say the 5 to the power of 0, what would be the answer? 1. So any variable or any number has a power 0 means answer is a 1. Remember that. Power is 0, that doesn't mean it is equal to 0. It means the 1 always. Okay. So remember this thing. So here, what is the highest power? 3. So this polynomial has a degree 3. Okay. If I write like this, x to the power of 7 plus x square minus x to the power of 4. So here we only checking the power. 7, 2 and 4. So what is the highest number of the power? 7. So here degree is a 7. So degree is a nothing but just the highest number of the power. So कोई भी polynomial हो, check करो कि power. Only compare the number of power, and जिसका भी number highest है वो वही उस polynomial की degree है. Okay, here one more thing. We learn here about the constant polynomial that I didn't explain. Let me explain here, okay? So constant polynomial means what? Constant polynomial means then when the polynomial in any polynomial, let's say here I write this is the constant term, right? And 5, 7 and minus 11 we call the constant polynomial. Why we call it constant polynomial? 5 has no any variable. So if I wish to add, I can add any variable but with the power 0. And when the power is a 0 means 5 times 1, right? Because y has a power 0, it means it is a 1. And if I multiply 5 by the 1, that gives me again 5. So this is called the constant polynomial. If any polynomial one term is the only number, that we call the constant term. And if it is a only number stand itself, still that is we consider as a polynomial, but that is the constant polynomial. It has a particular name, constant polynomial. Okay. Here we learn about the polynomial types and degree also we are seeing. But before that, I want to tell you one more small thing about the polynomial. What we not consider as a polynomial. When any number or any terms, let's say 4x plus 1 over x. Okay. So here 1 over x means if I want to write this term as a, let me write properly. Little confusing, 1 over 5, right? So if I want to write this one in a power form, then I could write like this: 4x plus x to the power of negative 1. That we learn these things in an exponential, right? Law of exponential. So if power is a negative power means it is not a whole number. Negative 1 is not a whole number. So if power is not a whole number, then it is not a polynomial. So this is not a polynomial. Okay, remember that. If it has like says the root y, okay, square root of y plus x. Okay, so if I write this one in a power form, then I could write the y to the power of half plus x, and half, that is not a whole number. So that is not a polynomial. Okay, not whole number, I am talking about the power. Okay, about the degree. I am not talking about the coefficient, this front number. If I write here coefficient, let's say this coefficient, we write the 1/4. The coefficient, if it is a fraction or negative number, still it is a polynomial. When degree is a negative number or a fraction number. In short, if it degree is not a whole number, then that is not a polynomial. Okay, I hope this you understand. So far all clear? So let's move on for the degrees. So किसको हम degree कहते हैं? I hope आप अच्छे से समझ गए होंगे. So let's move on for the different type of the degree. If degree 1, it has a particular name, linear polynomial. And what are these? If I says the x plus 1. So in this polynomial, x has a highest power is a 1. So this is the linear polynomial, or I could say x plus y plus 5 or x plus n. Highest power is only 1, so that we call the linear polynomial. Okay. Okay, here if degree, highest degree is a 2, let's say here I write the one polynomial, let's say x square plus 2x minus 1, or if I says the x plus 4x square. So when highest degree, if you check here, x has here power 1 and here 2, so highest degree is a 2. Here also same thing, highest degree is a 2. So this both polynomial we call the quadratic polynomial. Okay. Okay. If highest degree is a 3, let's see here, x cube minus 5, or if I says the, let me use the different variable, y plus 5y square minus y cube. So in these two polynomial, highest degree is a 3, so we call the cubic polynomial. Okay, constant polynomial. I already explained you earlier, and one more time. Let's explain. 5x to the power of 0 minus 7x to the power of 0. So as you know, I told you already, if power is 0 means the value of that variable or even number, at the end value is going to be a 1. So 5 times 1 becomes the 5. So constant polynomial means only if we are given the number, then we call the constant polynomial, and it has a degree 0. Why we call the degree 0? Because constant term is the only number, but if we wish, we can add the any variable with the 0 power. And what does mean the 0 power? We know very well, right? So I hope यहाँ तक आपको सब समझ आ गया होगा. Let's move on for the value of the polynomial. How can we find the value of the polynomial? पहले हम देखते हैं how this px, it is represent the, this is only the way how we represent the variable, polynomial. X square plus x minus 2. Okay, so here the x value if we given, okay, if x equal, let's say 3, then find the polynomial value. So value of the polynomial if we want to figure out, and if we know the x value, just हमें क्या करना है, x को replace करना है 3 से. So wherever we can find the x, we replace by the 3. So 3 square plus 3 minus this 2 as it is. So 3 square becomes the 9 plus 3 minus 2. So at the end p of 3, then value of the polynomial is a 12 take away 10. So value of this polynomial, if x equal to 3, then polynomial value becomes the 10. I hope you understand. And एक चीज़ हम फिर एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, तब डिटेल में काफ़ी सारे एग्जाम्पल भी देखेंगे. So अभी for your concept I explain this much. Okay, I hope you understand here. Let's see here zeros of polynomial. Okay, please focus here because this is not a hard, but the word explaining is little confusing. So listen me very carefully. Okay, so first of all, when we says the zero of polynomial p of x is a number n. Okay, here it could be the number particular, how I give you here number x equal 3. Okay, but the number could be varied, that's why I'm just write here different number हमें use करने हैं, that's why I just write here n, such that pn equal to 0. So zero polynomial हम किसे कहते हैं, जब हम any value put करते हैं any polynomial में, and at the end हम answer 0 मिले, तो वो value particular that for that polynomial वो value 0 होगी. Okay, हम देखते हैं, चलो one example. If I says 3x square, x square minus 3x. ओके, सो यहाँ पे हमें चेक करने के लिए क्या करना है, चेक इफ x इक्वल 3 इज अ जीरो ऑफ गिवन पॉलिनोमियल. सो ए पॉलिनोमियल हमें गिवन है और उसमें हमें x की वैल्यू क्या पुट करनी है 3, और चेक करना है कि ए पॉलिनोमियल हमें वैल्यू 0 मिलती है या नहीं. तो हम देखते हैं, x स्क्वायर मीन्स 3 स्क्वायर माइनस 3 टाइम्स 3. सो x स्क्वायर बिकम्स द 9 एंड 3 टाइम्स 3 9. And 9 take away 9 0. So yes, if x equal 3, then this polynomial value. So हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि 3 is a zero of this polynomial. Okay, so that like wording is little confusing, but please listen carefully. Okay, now let's we check these conditions, some conditions for the zero of the polynomial. A zero of a polynomial need not be a zero. Okay, so zero of polynomial means what? If I take here 0, then this is called the zero of polynomial, need not to be a 0. So here we first check in this polynomial. If I take the x value 0, then 0 square minus 3 times 0. So 0 square becomes the 0 and 3 times 0, 0. So finally 0. So a 0 of the polynomial, here it is a 0, but not necessary each time. I changed little, make the change here, plus 2. Okay. Now let's say x square means 0 square minus 3 times 0 plus 2. So 0 square 0, 3 times 0, 0 plus 2. So what is the answer? 2. So though here value of the polynomial we take the 0, but it not need to be a 0. The polynomial need not to be 0. Here it is a turn to the 2. So yes, it is not necessary each time if we take the x value 0, then polynomial will be the 0. It is not necessary. But here it says a 0 may be a 0 of polynomial. Of course, here we check. 0 may be a 0 of polynomial, maybe, not necessary each time, but yes, sometime it is possible. Okay, so yeah, every linear polynomial has one and only one 0. So let's take the polynomial, linear polynomial. Okay, so linear polynomial, let's say x plus 1. Okay, so here at the end, if it is says the polynomial 0 means equal to 0 we need, right? So let's see if we solve, and what is the value of the x? We got minus 1, and if we want to check, we check it. X replaced by the minus 1, so minus 1 plus 1 becomes the 0, but any other value cannot possible. So linear equation, for the linear equation, if we need the polynomial 0, that is the only one solution, only one answer for that. So yes, this is the correct. A polynomial can have more than one 0. Of course, if it is not a linear polynomial, then it could have a more than one 0. Let's check here. X square minus 3x. Okay. So here, first time we use the 3 and we got the 0. Second time we take the 1 and we got the 0. So yes, it is true. And even you can use the more other more words like a fraction and all those, and that still give you the 0. So far we learn here. I hope you understand. And अभी उसके बाद हम रिमाइंडर और डिवीज़न ऑफ द पॉलिनोमियल सीखेंगे, पर वो हम सेकंड वीडियो में देखेंगे. और उसके बाद हम स्टार्ट करेंगे एक्सरसाइज, ऑल एक्सरसाइज फ्रॉम द चैप्टर नंबर 2. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग. और आपको कोई भी डाउट हो तो नीचे कमेंट में भेजो मुझे. आई विल सॉल्व योर ऑल डाउट्स.